People in Harlem used to say that loyalty was the only thing that kept you alive in the old street world. If you broke loyalty, you broke everything. This is the story of the bodyguard who betrayed Bumpy Johnson, and how that betrayal changed his life forever. His name was never famous. He moved like a shadow behind Bumpy Johnson, watching doors, checking streets, and keeping danger away. He started very young. Some people said he wanted respect. Others said he wanted money. But when he stood behind Bumpy, he looked loyal and calm, like a man who knew his place. Bumpy Johnson trusted very few people. He grew up in a world where you could shake hands in the morning and disappear at night. So when Bumpy trusted someone, it meant a lot. He trusted this bodyguard. He let him into private talks. He let him sit close in the car. He let him know things most people had never heard. Bumpy believed that loyalty should be rewarded, and he paid this man well. But inside that loyalty, something started to change. The bodyguard began to hear offers from other men who wanted a shortcut to power in Harlem. They did not like Bumpy's strength. They did not like how people respected him. They did not like how the neighborhood listened when he spoke. These men wanted Bumpy out of the way, and they were ready to pay for information. Information was cleaner than fighting. Information did not make noise. Information came from someone close. The bodyguard heard these offers and said nothing at first, but the offers did not stop. One day, someone close to another boss said something that hit him deep. They told him that bodyguards never rise. They told him he would grow old standing behind another man. They told him that if he gave them one small piece of information, one meeting time, one location, he could finally become his own boss. This idea worked on him slowly. He started to imagine a different life, a life without orders, a life without waiting, a life without Bumpy. The problem was that he forgot how the world really worked. In that world, power without loyalty was not power. It was just danger with a new face. One night, the bodyguard made his first quiet move. He told the other side where Bumpy would meet some businessmen for dinner. It was a small thing, just a place and a time. He thought nobody would find out. But what he did not know was that Bumpy already suspected leaks. Bumpy was not a fool. He had lived too long and seen too much to believe that betrayal always came from strangers. When the meeting night came, Bumpy changed the plan hours before. He told the bodyguard they would still go, but he sent 2 trusted men to watch the street. He wanted to see who showed up at the place early. And right before the meeting time, a car pulled up with men inside who were not invited. They did not come for dinner. They came because someone told them to come. Bumpy did not panic. He watched from across the street. He saw the car. He saw the men. He saw enough to understand. The bodyguard stood next to him the entire time, trying to act loyal, but Bumpy was already looking at him with new eyes. The next day, Bumpy called the bodyguard for a private talk. It happened inside a small back room of a quiet cafe. The room smelled like coffee and cigar smoke. Bumpy sat down and asked the bodyguard one simple question. He asked, "Who told them?" The bodyguard denied everything. He said he knew nothing. He said he would never do such a thing. But his eyes did not match his words. Bumpy let him talk. He watched him try to make excuses. And when the excuses stopped, Bumpy leaned back and said something the bodyguard never forgot. He said, "Loyalty is not what you say. Loyalty is what I can prove." At that moment, the bodyguard knew the truth was out. The betrayal spread through Harlem faster than news on a newspaper corner. People did not want to stand next to a traitor. Even the men who had paid him for information did not want him close anymore. They used him once and let him go, because a man who betrays his boss will betray anyone. In the old street world, betrayal has no home. The price he paid was not a quick one. It was slow. People stopped trusting him. Old friends crossed the street to avoid him. Doors that once opened stayed shut. Work that once came easily has now vanished. He could not get new protection because nobody wanted a man who could not stay loyal. The same people who promised him power now pretended not to know his name. Without Bumpy's protection, Harlem became a maze with no safe exit. He left the neighborhood after that. Some say he moved down south. Some say he tried to find work in small towns. Some say he lived quietly and alone. What matters is that he learned something the hard way. The price for betrayal in that world is not always high, but it is always real. It takes your connections, your respect, your safety, and your name. As for Bumpy Johnson, he moved on like he always did. He never spoke publicly about the betrayal. He did not brag. He did not tell the story for attention. People around him only learned pieces through whispers. What mattered to Bumpy was simple. Loyalty stayed close, and betrayal stayed far. In the end, the bodyguard thought betrayal would make him a boss. Instead, it made him nobody. And in Harlem, being nobody was the highest price a man could pay. If you ever walk through old Harlem and hear the names from that time, you will notice something interesting. People still remember Bumpy Johnson. They tell stories about him, about his deals, about his talks, about how he kept order, and how he moved with honor in a world that did not have much of it. But nobody remembers the name of the man who betrayed him. That silence is his legacy. Loyalty made legends in that world. Betrayal erased them,